Hey, what's up, guys? So we're going to do part two of my Jose Canseco collection, What's in the Boxes. And so I originally was not going to do my top 25 or so because I've paraded them out so many times, but maybe I'll do that on the last video. I'm not sure yet. Before we get started, I wanted to show this again. So these are some mini cards. I've had a lot of, let me put the flash on here. Had a lot of requests recently for my autograph. And so what I did was I decided to create a special run of cards or autograph, which is really kind of a weird and awkward thing, you guys. Like, I'm showing you my autographs. Like, who wants this? I don't know. But there are people out there that send me autograph requests quite a bit. So I decided to kind of kill two birds with one stone. Like I said, I created these with the intention of giving them out to anybody who wants one. And the only thing that I ask is that you send a donation to our ministry, info@phoenixbears.org. That's the PayPal. I will put that in the description. It is our ministry that we help provide comfort to bereaved parents who have lost a child. So yeah, if you're interested in one of these, or even if you just want to donate, we are happy to get that. We're constantly running on a deficit, and we don't make a single penny off of it. It's just a lot of hours of blood, sweat, and tears that my wife puts in on this to help others. So there it is. Yeah, let me know if you're interested. But let's dive into some Jose Canseco cardboard goodness. I think we looked at those already in part one, and we looked through these already in part one. Now, let's just keep going on here, and I'm going to have a lot of stories and stuff along the way, so it will be long-winded, and it's kind of meant to be long-winded because this is something I just like to kind of start off on. I see there's going to be some custom cards in here every now and then too. That's, yeah, which is kind of odd. So that they're mixed in here, but I'll show them here since they're there. So this is a patch card. I actually think I picked that pretty cheap. I'm not really sure why I have it in my collection because it's not really a card that I specifically would go for because it's just a small patch and it's just kind of a plain design, but it's still a patch card, so that's nice, and I think it's out of 150 of 150. So yeah. So here's a custom home field advantage red holofoil Canseco. It's like I said, it's a custom. It's just something I was messing around with, so it's it's there. I don't know why. I have no idea why this is there because this is not a card that I go get either. So this isn't a custom that, if you remember, this is similar design to 1988 Topps Team Leaders, the checklist. Well, I fused that with the Bash Brothers poster, and my gosh, you guys, I love it. I think it's really cool. I did a number of different versions of this card, and sepia, black and white, invert, shattered glass, refractor. I did all kinds of different ones. I even made a mini poster for my Ninja Turtle setup with the Bash Brothers poster. But I think it's pretty cool. Like, this would be an awesome card if it were real. So, and I think it still is, even though it's custom. But this one looks like it has been in this holder since 1994. It is a gold signature collector's choice. It's not a massive card. It's just a fun card, and I think it's in here because I picked up for cheap. I think normally they go for $15-20 if I remember correctly. COVID pricing has really kind of messed me up on things, but the big story here, you guys, is this top loader. Ugh, what is that? Like, what on earth? Anyway, so we'll put this puppy back. And then we have this here. This, you guys, is like a very underrated card. For years, you'd be able to pick this up for $2, $3, $4, $5. I think this now goes for 20, 25 or something. And it should. It's a beautiful card. And I think I probably have a few of them. It's one of them that I want. It was a low end card that I wanted to get back. And it also has this beautiful kind of starry background. Now, this is the same background that Skybox used for the Star Rubies Extreme in 2000. Just very mesmerizing. And also, I believe there's an Essential Credentials 97 that has that same around the border, if I remember correctly. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so this is, again, not a big card, but it's just a pretty card. And this is a Summit. Oh, let me tell you what this is in case you want to pick one up. It's a 98 score rookie and traded, I think. Yeah, that should get you to where you want to be, like an artist proof, I believe. So look that up, and I think that'll help you. This is a, let's see, it looks like a Summit, 1990, 1996, I think, because it's Red Sox. I'm 44 years old now, you guys. Like, I'm having a difficult time reading the small print on the back. But anyways, it's a beautiful card. I really like that, and it's very reasonable. I'm sure you could get this for under 20 bucks. And if this were 5 years ago, I'd say, oh, I'm sure you could get it for under $4. But anyways, now this is a big daddy. This is a huge, like, this is probably something that could crack the top 25, and maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's a 1997 SPX Grand Finale, and it has a wonderful hologram. Now, there's a number of versions of this. It's die cut as well. There's a number of versions of this card. There's a regular, there's a copper, silver, gold, maybe one more in there, maybe not, I don't know. But in any event, this card here, the Grand Finale, the only way you can tell it's a Grand Finale between the gold and this hologram area is gold instead of the gold being silver, and you can't really tell too much, which makes this an even wilder card to chase, because you just don't know most of the time until you have it in your hand. This is a very pricey card, and you look on the back, and unfortunately, for those who are trying to find one, there's no serial number even. So the only way you could tell is if you could see if this is a gold hologram instead of silver. And again, like I said, it's very difficult to tell online in pictures. It's hard enough as it is in person. But you still can. Yeah, it's a very special card, very hard to find card, and especially even at card shows, like, you sometimes might be able to find Grand Finales in dollar boxes because a lot of guys don't know what they're looking for. So a very special card. This is just an incredible piece. Speaking of incredible pieces, I've got a nice run coming up here apparently. This is, I don't really do too many dual player cards, but this one I made an exception for. It is a dual patch. I had the dual autograph one, but I got rid of that whenever I got this because I didn't need both. And I like patches better. And this is my childhood, you guys. This is Canseco and Across the Bay, Clark. And this actually probably go very nicely with the A9 World Series piece that I showed yesterday, which is really, really cool. So this card means a lot, and I know a lot of the natural pairing you would say on a card like this would be McGuire, but this one does it. It's licensed, of course, and a lot of the Leaf stuff, it's so a lot of Leaf stuff they're doing nowadays is goofy. But anyway, so it's out of 10, and I think it's the only patch card I've seen. There's 3 versions of this. There's a swatch version, an autograph version, and the patch version, and this by far is my favorite of the whole piece. And fun little story on this, this ended up selling years ago for like close to $700, and I lost out. I didn't get it, but a buddy of mine got it, and I ended up buying his collection, and this was in it, if I remember correctly. So I think I'm remembering that correctly. I might have to check my notes, but I think that's how it went down. So don't hold me to that. I have some memory issues along with sight issues. So this one is another killer card. And now the normal ones of these, let's see if I can take this out of the holder though, just so you can kind of get a better feel for how beautiful it is. It almost resembles a blue superfractor. It's an incredible die cut, great looking picture. He's got the broken bat there. 1998 Fractal Materials Leaf Diamond Axis die cut. These are typically numbered out of 50. This is an executive prototype, XX out of 50. That means there's probably only 2 or 3 of these out there. My buddy Mark actually has one of these. He just picked one up. So Mark, if you're watching, congratulations on your pickup of this. But this is a massive card in my collection. This probably could crack the top 25 also, definitely top 50. So in fact, all 3 of these probably are top 50 cards, at least in my collection. They're very, very big. So moving onward and forward. This is an incredible dual patch. It's got the sleeve patch elephant face in there, and it's got the autograph as well, and it's numbered out of 25. And this is an SP game used patch. I think it's 2005? 2004. It's 2004, and just a really, really nice card. I've had a number of these, and I say a number of them, I mean like 3. This was the best, in my opinion, out of all of them, and it's the best one I've ever seen because it has that patch there. So very nice card. This card, I think my buddy Nick might be the only one that has this, and it is insane. It is a 1998 SPX Grand Finale Trade Winds. I think it might be called Grand Finale. Maybe it says Spectrum, so Trade Winds Spectrum, maybe, I guess. Maybe that's what it's called. Maybe this isn't called Grand Finale. Anyway, it's numbered out of 50. I've only seen 2 of them, I think. And look at everything that's going on here. So first of all, we have this this kind of, what is that, black and white A's refractive kind of picture there. Then you have a full color one of them on the Blue Jays. And then you have this etching and embossing inside this like hologram right here, which is really neat also. So it's just it's a beautiful card. It pops. And yeah, very, very rare. Another top 50 card. This is probably a top 50 card too. This is number 2 of 2. And it looks like he signed on a popsicle stick. I don't know what that is. But I love the patch. I love the blue holofoil. I've seen the 1/1. I actually like this a lot better. As far as the coloring and just the placement of the autograph and everything. It's a perfect card. Old English, Panini, immaculate. Number 2 of 2. There you go. And this is that Essential Credentials card that I was telling you about. So let's see if we can do a little comparison here. This is an incredible card, you guys. Like, it's incredible. This is jumped to leaps and bounds last few years as well. It's numbered to 99, but I mean, this goes for pretty darn big money nowadays. But you look at the foil, and let's put it up to this here. If I can pick it up. See, same thing. And we'll see that on the 2000 Star Rubies Extreme as well. Another top 50 card, just beautiful. You can tell I'm a big fan of the 90s and 2000s and everything as far as these cards go. So another awesome card. And this is a fun one. This is probably, I would almost say maybe top 25, but definitely top 50. This is a top 50 card also. It's 2002 Leaf Certified Materials Fabric of the Game. This has a fun little personal story and a fun, actual story of its production. So, first of all, this is numbered to 33. But, and this is a big but, the first 10 have the autograph. The others out of 33 don't. So you'll just see typically like a swatch or patch or something. Now, so out of that, just scratch on the case here. Out of that, out of the 10, I've seen maybe half of them already, and I think half of them don't have any patch here at all. So there might only be 3, 4, 5 of them that actually have a patch, and this is the best one I've seen. It's the first A's. It's the first auto patch, I believe, that Canseco's ever had in 2002. the very first one. It is also the first A's patch, I think, if I remember correctly. So it's a very important card. It's a very important card. So like right off the heels of, I don't think he had even retired. The last year he played was 2001, and he officially retired in 2002. I don't even know if this was placed out there in production before he officially announced his retirement, somewhere in there. But anyways, first auto patch for Canseco, first Ace patch for Canseco, and there's really probably only 3, 4, or 5 of them that actually have a patch with the auto. Now the neat thing is also, this is a fun one. I was actually on my way to Jose Canseco's house back in 2015 when this popped up on eBay. Back then, I don't know what I was hoping. I don't remember what I was hoping that would go for. I was hoping maybe probably under $100, and it ended up going for a little over 250, I think, which I thought was insane. Which, my gosh, right now that'd be an absolute bargain to get this card. But I lost, and somebody else picked it up. Well, I ended up buying a collection, if I remember correctly. Again, I'll have to check my notes. I think this card was in that collection, and so I was able to finally get it years later, so which is really neat. And this is a 2004 SP Game Used patch, and it's called Hall of Fame Numbers. And I had a number of these as well. I want to show you guys something on this, which is really kind of neat. Anyways, I had a number of these, but I kept this one because the patch. It's my favorite patch that I've seen on a card of this. Now look at this. I want to show you the side here. What a unique thing. They don't do this with cards anymore, you guys. Like the 90s to 2000s is a special time period for cardboard. I mean, it just really was. Just a really, really cool card. And this is numbered out of 33, if I remember correctly. Oh, it's on the front? Yeah. 24 out of 33. Just a very, very cool card. And then, keep going. Ooh, my. This is a 1-of-1 Panini Private Signings VIP. It's 1-of-1 if I didn't already say it, and it is the only card of his that I've seen this pattern, if I remember correctly, and it is just absolutely mesmerizing. It's a beautiful card. I don't go after just like 1-of-1s willy-nilly anymore. I used to buy them as much as possible. I was actually telling a couple buddies before I recorded this that there's currently over 30 1-of-1 Canseco cards on eBay right now that are just leaf, and that's it. Never mind tops, never mind Panini. Now some of those 1-of-1s have other players on them, but over 30, which is insane. So, like I said, I don't go after everything that's 1-of-1s, but when it comes to this, heck yes. That's just a beautiful, magnificent card. This is another SP Game Used. I think it's 2005, 2004. Yeah. That's what happens when I'm not like actively looking at these all the time. So, but anyways, it's got the same cool little die cut thing. And it's the same thing with this. I had a number of them, but I kept this one because I like the patch way more than the others. And look what they did. They have that little die cut notch out there, and it's just very creative. I love that. Just you got the sepia picture, and then it's numbered at 50, and it got the gold foil. Just a very, very cool card. Put this down. Now this one, you guys, coming up is a monster. And it's tough also for a number of reasons. But anyway, so this is a 1998 Donruss Preferred. It's a grandstand, and it's from a subset called Collections, I think. It's got that nice little etched refractor look, and it is probably one of the nicest A's Canseco cards, well, Canseco cards ever, but especially A's. You have like the green, you have a great picture. Everything works beautifully together. And this is a very difficult card to get. So let me talk about this. The print run is out of 55. I actually ran into somebody that was collecting the set. They were trying to put the set together, and I think they're going for 19 years on it. And Canseco was one they never found. They never found it. What I did was I bought a collection probably a decade ago, and I had it on my checklist that I had it, and somebody told me, "No, I don't think you have that one. That's too hard of a card to find." I go, "Oh, okay." Well, I check, and sure enough, I do have, or I did have the real one. That was this. So, I sold out in 2018, and I ended up really regretting some of the cards I got rid of. One of them was this. And so I sold this to a buddy. And I go, man, hey, I would love to get that back. Can't buy it from you. Can't trade it. And it's like, no, I mean, multiple attempts I was thwarted. Well, I ended up buying out that guy later on and finally got this card back in my collection. And it just adds to the story, the specialness of this card. I remember somebody balked at paying 300 for this like years and years ago. And again, it's one of those cards that would be an absolute bargain at 300 nowadays, but gorgeous card, never shows up. Again, remember, this is the same thing like with the grand finale. There's no numbering on this, so unless you know what this card is, you might think it's a dollar bin card. Another one of one here. This is Topps Fire, and ridiculously beautiful. I remember when I was super collecting everything, I had the entire run, which had some other super difficult cards, except for this one. And I think I sold out, and I feel like a little bit later this popped up, and I ended up winning it. And for some reason in my head, you guys, like, I always put these two together because they have unique foil finishes, and they're one of ones. And I mean, they're just gorgeous. Both of them are gorgeous together. So let me ask you guys, like, if you want to put in the comments here, what do you think looks better? Which card looks nicer to you? What would you rather have? That's tough. This has an autograph, but I don't know. I think they're both incredible. So anyways, great card. And the last in this pile is the 1999 Fleer Sports Illustrated Fabulous 40s. There's a regular version of this, and there's a parallel. And this is the parallel. It's out of 46, and that's the number of home runs Jose hit in 98, if I remember correctly. It's got a great, I mean, this is so 90s. Like, look at the design. They took a lower quality picture of Jose there, squished him together and put him in there. And but I love the little kind of cubic kind of holographic finish. And it's also embossed. The player picture is embossed. The Fabulous 40s up there is embossed. And it's a very difficult card. Again, this is a card that I think it's one of the first cards that I picked up as a parallel when I first got into super collecting Canseco cards. I think in 2014, I think I paid a little over $40 if I remember correctly. Goodness, I would literally buy all of them for that price now. I'd literally buy all of them for double and triple the price now. But yeah, this is a much bigger of a deal of card right now. So I got rid of that one, and I was able to get this back in my collection. So very cool card. So going forward, it looks like we've got some top loaders, which means, let's see, what is this stuff? Oh yeah, this isn't really anything, but I'll go ahead and show you a couple, which are kind of cool anyways. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know how some of these slipped in there, but there's some 9089. Okay. And this is a custom. This is a custom one I made of wood. Is there anything on the back of this? Yeah, I actually did the back too. So this custom art card was created to show what a 1987 Topps baseball card would look like if it were made out of real wood. So anyways, it's just one I was just fooling around with, and I made that, and it makes sense for Topps because of the faux wood border that they did. So why not do a real wood one? That's why I did there. This is a Gary Carter. I just want to show this is kind of fun. It's a flip stock, meaning, and this is the only one I've ever seen, they did the glossy on the back and they did the matte side on the front, which is just a really cool card. So anyways, that's going to be about all the fawning I'm going to be doing over in Canseco cards for this video. So here's an out of 5. This is a Cornerstones from Panini. Is that a Chronicles card or something? I don't know. It's 2019. I don't really go after this stuff really, but it's on card, and most importantly to me, it has an S from one of his game use hats, and that's a pretty big deal. Like, there's not many cards out there that have that, so it's really cool. This is an Invincible 2000. It's a cool card because it's kind of translucent. You can kind of see my finger behind this, if I remember correctly. Let me see. Yeah, but you can't tell with the flash on. But in any event, the purple holographic foil really sets it off. It's at $2.99, so it's not difficult. You know, if you find this to be a beautiful card and you want it in your collection, it's not going to be a difficult card, I don't think, to get. It probably costs quite a bit more now than it did 5 years ago, but still. This is a 2005 Absolute Heroes. This is a reverse spectrum, meaning that normally, if I remember correctly, all this would be black and this would be silver, and Heroes would be in black. This is a reverse spectrum. It's at 25. It's a difficult card to find, but I don't think it's going to break the bank necessarily. But anyways, real cool card, and like I said, rare. This is similarly to that 98 score rookie and traded Artist Proofs I showed you. The beauty does not match the price, and it's because there's the scarcity. I'm sure has the lack of scarcity probably has something to do with it. But I bet you could probably get this for under $5, maybe under $10 or something. Mesmerizing. It's I don't allow many lower dollar cards in my collection, but this is definitely an exception to the rule. Same with this here. This is a Stadium Club Luminescent. Just a really, really neat die cut card. You got the slits up and down the card and everything. Really neat there. This is a card which is a weird deal. I remember back in 2018 or so, I never ran across one of these. It's a 1996 Leaf Signature Series, and is the platinum version. And if I remember correctly, it's press proof platinum, but it's a numbered to 150. Problem is they never show up. And I remember I was at my buddy's house. We were watching like Top Gun or something like that. And I remember checking the sales listings, and I just missed it. I think it was for $20 or something. I was like, I'd never seen this before. And so interestingly enough, I picked up one, or at least I saw one for sale that ended up selling for cheap, like I think about a year ago or so. And then this one popped up, and I think the person ended up posting the cost on this based on the one that sold for cheap. So it's like a perpetually cheap card that's just like very hard to find. So anyways, it's not a card that I'm in love with, but it is a card that's super hard to find. I pick it up because it's so cheap. Now you got some big ones again. Whew, oh man. Okay, so this I think is a 2005 Topps all-time fan favorites. It's numbered at 25. It's the gold version, and you guys, like, this is easily a top 50 card. All kinds of etching and embossing and everything. They do not make refractors like this anymore. And I think I maybe have seen two more. I know I had a non-serial numbered version, and now my buddy has it. But yeah, just a ridiculously good looking card. This is, aside from the one of ones of Flair, this is probably the Big Daddy. It's the 1997 Flair Showcase Legacy, and it's the row 0. It's numbered out of 100, but these guys go for pretty darn good money. And this also is marked by having a different finish in the background than the other legacies. There's 3 in this set, and I think Jose was in 99 and 2000 also. 3 cards each, but this is the Big Daddy. This is and all of them are big cards, but this is going to be the biggest. So let me see if I can find the other 2 that go with this before I actually show y'all. this card here. Actually, I pause this. Okay, there. Now I can do a proper show of this. So this is 2020 Topps Inception, Dawn of Greatness. And I fell in love with this design immediately. I thought that was just an incredible, incredible design. It's numbered out of 20. These go for pretty decent money, especially given that it's out of 20, but you can see why. It's just such a nice card. Thing is I was able to actually get the entire rainbow. So let me tell you about this, though. There's a little bit of a story behind this. So first of all, we have out of 10, out of 5, and the 1 of 1 black. My favorite out of all these. It's hard to not say the 1 of 1, but I really like this orange. Now the weird deal is I had these 3 at first, and I got rid of them. I got some back, and I ultimately ended up being the winner of this card. So I had these 3. I've been on the lookout for the 1 out of 10 forever, like literally forever. And I had this initially. I traded this away to my buddy Mark, and I begged and pleaded with him after we did this massive deal to try to get this back. I don't think it was part of the massive. Yeah, so part of the massive deal was me sending this to him, but then he was gracious enough to allow me to be able to trade it back from him. So okay, I'll whenever I see the next one, I'll let you know and all that. And the weird thing is, remember, it's 2020. It's been 4.5 years. I haven't seen a single other out of 10 orange of this. So if y'all see this, let me know so I can tell my buddy Mark and allow him to get it there. Yeah, to get another one. Now this 1 out of 5, I feel like we've seen all 5 of them. We've seen at least 3 of them, but I think we've seen all 5 of them. So I don't know what the deal is with this orange one, but in any event, they all look great together. I just love the orange. I love how it pops. But I'm going to finish up this this row, and then we'll call it quits on this video. So man, I think I'm going to change out the these holders you guys like. There's just scratches and stuff. I think I'm going to go back to one touches. I've been saying that for a year or 2 now, but anyway. This is a 1998 Pinnacle Certified Mirror Red. This is a prototype, and there's probably a few more out there, maybe up to 5 perhaps, but it is an incredible looking card. I actually helped bring these to market, which was kind of fun, and I actually used to have the rainbow, which I wish I still have. I'm still looking for the blue and gold again. If you guys have any leads on that, let me know. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, it's a absolutely beautiful card, and I wrote an article on it at tanmanbaseballfan.com if you wanted to take a look and read the story here. But it was a wild one. Now I'll give you a brief synopsis here on this because it's just too good of a story. This popped up on eBay, and I was like super excited about it. And unfortunately, about 3.5 days after it was listed, it was pulled because somebody told them that they were going to pay money to be able to pull it so they could just buy it outright. Well, he did it. And I was like, oh no, I was freaking out because like I wanted this card. It's like my number 1 card at the time. And so I was racking my brain, like, do I know anybody that is in the area of where the seller was? And I did. And it was a guy that had bought hundreds of thousands of cards from me. It's like up in Dallas. And it turned out that he knew who the guy was. But ultimately, that card was gone. And he asked me, he said, Tanner, what card are you looking for? So I'm looking for the 1998 Pinnacle Mirror Red certified. And he goes, I think I have those. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, show me. I was thinking, of course he doesn't. He's talking about 97s. Everybody does this to me. They're like, oh, I've got that prototype, and it's not the prototype. Well, he shows me a picture of not just this, but the entire rainbow. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's insane. So I buy all of them. And as I sell out as a super collector in 2018, I got rid of them. But this is the one that showed up on eBay. I got that one back. And yeah, so I like the blue and gold, but this is a very nice one as a memento to have and a great story behind it. Then we also have this. This is an innovation, a piece of history. 2001. It's out of 25. And just look at the players on this. We have Canseco as a Yankee. We have Bonds. We have Thomas. We have Griffey. We have all, and hand numbered. We have all of the bat pieces. Very special card, you guys. Like, and this will go for a good chunk of change as well. I've had a couple of them. If I remember correctly, I think somebody was out there hoarding these at some point years ago, but and is like slowly leaking them out. But he's probably, you know, that's probably come and gone now. But what just an incredible card with incredible players on it. So love that card. Speaking of cards I love, Allen Ginter 2020 mini black frame, 1 out of 5 gold ink autograph. There's so much that's going on for this card, and I think it's the only mini gold ink, maybe the only gold ink Allen Ginter card that Canseco has, but it's the first 1 out of 5. I don't think I've seen any others of this. I'm not sure, maybe I have, but what just an incredible card. It's very, very cool, and I love the picture. And here is a Topps Trajectory. I've had a boatload of these. It's out of 99. They rarely show up, but this is like one of my favorite as far as patches go. So that's why it's in my collection, is because this patch is just, you can't beat it. So there's some sleeve patch cards that I've seen that I love as well. But as far as like chest patch cards, yeah, I love that. A few more to go, guys, and then we're going to do, like I said, we'll do the other row in another video, maybe in a day or two or something, and then we'll pull out the other box. We'll go through those two, and then maybe we'll do the top 25. So, oh, here's a floppy disk, so I'm probably going to be doing that for a custom at some point. But anyways, here is a 2001 Donruss Elite, and it's an Angels. It's status. It's out of 33, die cut, and it is gorgeous. Now, there is a story on this as well. I did a trade to a buddy, Andrew, many moons ago. And unfortunately, this card, even though it was like sent registered mail, got lost in the mail to me. And, you know, I mean, it's probably, I don't even know how to guess the price on this right now. Maybe, I don't know. But I think it's probably my favorite Angels card of his. There's not many Angels cards, but this has got to be my favorite. It's just so beautiful. But in any event, my buddy John ends up getting this card, and he ended up trading it to me. So it's just a very, very neat card. But it's funny how a card like this, once it's lost, you start thinking, oh man, it becomes your like grail almost, right? So it's kind of a funny deal. This card actually coming up will pair nicely with another card here. So let me see if I can find it real quick. No, I can't. We'll and that's okay. We'll roll with this, and it'll be fine. So this is probably Canseco's hardest to find Red Sox card ever for his playing careers. I mean, they do one of ones all the time nowadays, but this is a Premier Club. There's a Platinum Club where it's a different tint, and the material goes this way instead of this way. But the Premier, it's kind of funny because I picked this up years ago thinking this was the Platinum. And I think somebody was like, saw this like on my desk in a picture, and they're like, hey, what is that? Is that the Platinum or Premier? And Platinum's really great also, but it's a lot more plentiful out there. Like, it comes up every now and then, like it used to not. But now every now and then you'll see it. But this Premier, this is quite literally the only one I've ever seen of Canseco. Now, there's bound to be others that will pop up. That's just how it goes, right? But this is a really neat one. Premier Club. This is 97 score. I think it's 97 score. Yeah, it says 96 on the copyright thing, but I feel like it's 97. I don't remember. Anyways, it's a Score Premier Club. How about that? So really, really beautiful card. I actually think I might. I don't know. That and the Platinum are both just beautiful. They're beautiful cards. So this is a very tough card. This and there's more to this than meets the eye. And I'll talk about this a little bit here. So this is a 1996 Fleer Ultra Home Run Kings Gold Medallion, but it's got the exchange back. So what you see is basically they were trying different things on this, on the finish. And I'll show you, like there's, when it comes to the Gold Medallion version with the exchange back, I've only seen 2 of them. The other one was from ComC, and it was very faded and didn't have this gloss or anything. So really kind of an interesting deal. This is like high gloss all the way through. And this was basically packed out in pack saying, hey, you could, send this in and we'll get you a regular gold medallion. But incredible, incredible card. We didn't know that this card existed until like a year or 2 ago, probably 2 years ago. So this is a really neat one. It's kind of a fun thing that they did the finishes differently because it's like Fleer was testing things to see what would work, and so they finally got it down with the exchange version, with the redeemed version. But to have the exchange back, that's a very, very big card. It's the only 2 I've seen, and it's the only one I've seen that's got that gloss front on it. This is one that I loved so much that I searched for it and searched for it and searched for it, and finally came up and was able to finally buy one, only to realize I already had one. So I think this is a double, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that, but maybe I found one on eBay and was like, oh, I'm going for it, and then I went in my box and found I already had it, something like that. But it is a Platinum Press Proof Donner Signature Series. I think it's 97. Yeah, I think it's 97. It says 1 of 150, and so it's not impossible to find, but it is like drop dead gorgeous, and it is hard. It's harder than the 150 suggests. And this is the only one I've seen of this. This is a 2000 Donner's season stat line. It is out of 34. And it's actually 2001, I think, if I remember correctly, because Donruss was out of the game for a few years, and in 2001, I think they went back and did like retro sets, and this was one of them. Beautiful holographic finish. The fun thing about this is, like, I love remembering on Hallmark cards where I was. I was actually at the beach when I got this, like with my family for my wife's birthday. For this, I was on a walk with my family, and they're like, why do you keep checking your phone? And I was like going back and forth with the seller because I saw this, my jaw dropped. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this one before. There's a career stat line one that's like numbered out like 200 or 300 or something like that. It's really cool too. But let me see if I can pull the top off just so you can see how incredible, how absolutely incredible that card is. It is beautiful. So beautiful. Can't believe I got it. That finishes my run of 4 of the season stat lines, which is neat too. This is a double. And this one is a 2005 Absolute Memorabilia, Absolute Heroes. It's autograph. It has a piece of the elephant logo sleeve patch. It has a piece of his cap, I think. Let's see. Yeah, cap. And then it is also numbered out 15. Very hard to find. Very beautiful card. Blindingly beautiful. And so for the last, I've got a couple more here, actually. I'll show these in a sec. So I used to have a 1 of 1 that was like a plain swatch, and then it had the autograph. This is 5 out of 5, elephant face, and it is awesome. I love this card. I think this turned out real nice. Just the design, I think Upper Deck did a great job. It's SP Legendary Cuts. 2005, I think. Yeah, 2005. 2005, 5 out of 5. Logo sleeve patch, elephant face, and then autograph. So just a really neat card. And last but not least, I'm going to show you these two. We've heard of superfractors, right? Well, these two, they're stuck by the one touch. These two are super scripts, and they're both out of 25. And if I remember correctly, these are actually the only two I've ever seen of these, which is like beyond bananas. Like, this is wild. I had never seen these ever before. And this one, I think somebody reached out to me on email, if I remember correctly. It didn't happen too long ago, like a few months ago. And like within a week, this popped up on eBay, which is weird. So 1999 Upper Deck MVP, 2000 Upper Deck MVP. Both of them are superscripts. Both of them are out of 25. It says 2 out of 25 there. And it says 20 out of 25 there. Massive cards that just, they're ghosts. They never show up. So anyway, so that's one row. And I mean, it takes a while just because I'm long-winded and I talk a lot. So, but that's the point of this. The point of going through this collection, right, is actually being able to explain everything and have fun and go through these cards again. And I just, you guys, like, I love these. I think they are incredible. And even as a former super collector that had like everything almost, it's just so much more satisfying to have like just my favorites. And it's much more manageable too. You know, you don't have like 20 boxes, right? So it's really cool. So there it is, you guys. One more time, I'm going to show you my autographs for our ministry that I am happy to give out to anybody that wants one, just for a simple donation to our PayPal, info@phoenixbears.org. Let me know which one you like if you want to do that as well. And I'll put more information in the description below. So till next time, this is part 2 of the Jose Canseco 2024 collection of Tan Man Baseball Fan. And we will have a part 3, maybe a part 4 and part 5, and maybe even part 6. I don't know. And I'm not sure when I'm going to post them, but this is part 2. Hope you all enjoyed it, and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.